So today on Project Shop, we have a massive amount of lights to try to get through. We got all these laid out here, and that's not even all of them. We still got a pile over here. It's gonna be a nice little stack of aluminum. Now, unfortunately, someone's already gutted most of these. Probably 80% of these don't have transformers and are missing some parts, but we will get, some of them still have some extruded in it. And some of them do still have the ballast, but unfortunately a lot of them are missing. We got Oliver over here, so we should be able to go through this pretty quick and get this stuff stacked back up. The shop's an absolute mess. Got stuff everywhere, all kinds of scraps, and I had to go back to where I got these lights here and pick up some more. And I told the dude about his guys taking the ballast, and he said that they left them there. So I'll go do that later this evening. We got a mess here. My pallet fell over. That's some high dollar extrusion right there, really heavy. And we got more lights in here we're gonna have to get out. And then just more scrap. We still got some of these boxes and bins. Tables still got scrap on it. Yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us. So we're gonna focus on outside first. Anyway, I'm gonna hit a time lapse on this. We're gonna basically, let me just show you. Pretty sure we just have to pull out the steel plate. Oh look, there's a transformer. I don't think you have to take that one off. You can actually just leave that on. What you need to do is get the corner, the middle, and the corners. These three, you don't have to take this off, okay?
For the plate?
Yeah, we just need to get the plate off. It's here, 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 and one down here in the corner. So what you're gonna have to do is, yeah, get an extension, and then we got to pull the glass out. We'll get a time lapse up. Yeah, it really sucks because this would have been a nice little chunk of transformers. Those dudes were shady. I rolled up on them while they were packing stuff in their truck, and I called him right out of them. Like, what happened to all the transformers? And he's like, oh, a guy rolled off in an SUV and took all the transformers. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude. But I let the dude know. I think there's enough aluminum here where I'll make some money, but I still think I'm gonna send this dude a bill because that was all the way up by Daytona. I picked these up. Okay, I'm not sure when the time lapse ran out of battery, but this is what we got, an absolute mess out here. We pretty much processed all the loose lights, and it went pretty fast because they was already taken apart. We got these palletized, shrink wrapped so they don't fall off. Now we're running out of shrink wrap, so we're just doing like the tops and one. That one we did pretty good. But now we're gonna get this cleaned up. Well, actually it's lunchtime, we're gonna take a break, but we're gonna clean this up. I'm gonna bring the forklift out here, move this stuff around so we got more space, and then we'll bring out these, which are stuck together. I'm pretty sure these still have the transformers, and those there, and these three up top. And then we have quite a few more boxes over there. I want to try to get all the boxes done. I still have more boxes in that trailer, and I have a whole pallet of boxes up in the shop. So we're pretty much just going to continue doing that for the rest of the day. Hopefully we can get some, maybe what we'll do is I'll move a bunch of stuff, and we'll bring this stuff in the shop so we don't have to work in the sun, because it's starting to cook out here. Might be winter for some of y'all, but it's probably like 80 something degrees right now. We got, let's see, oh, I did the math. It's $660 on all the brown boxes, just the boxes. That's not including the steel, that's not including the what was left of the extrusions. I watched them guys, they had a whole stack of them in the back of their truck, man. I should have said something to them, like, yo, dude, you know, that's my money you got there. And that's not including the transformers, which we have a couple. Definitely not what I was hoping for. We should have had a whole barrel with all these, but it is what it is. We got a mountain of scrap still to go through, man. And I have a huge week coming up, picking stuff up. So we gotta get the processing, man. Okay, sun is out here beaming, okay? So we moved this operation inside into the shade where we got fans and nice cool breeze. I'm gonna let Oliver open these up and go as far as he can. I have to run and get some propane for the forklift before they close because I'm about out, and I don't want to be stuck trying to bring that stuff in and then run out of fuel and then have to use a pallet jack. Matter of fact, I tried to use a pallet jack the other day. It's been so long since I used it, it wasn't working, which is kind of scary because if something happened to my forklift, then I'm kind of screwed. So I do still want to keep a good working pallet jack around, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. But for now, I'm gonna let Oliver get on this. I'm gonna go run. I'll be back in 20 minutes with some propane. We're gonna knock this out and then pack up the shop so I can go head up north and get some more lights. We got stuff everywhere, man. We should have a decent chunk of transformers by the end of the night, because I told that guy about them taking the transformers, and he said that his guys put them over there and kind of hit them. So anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm not sure when the GoPro died, but we literally have scrap to the ceiling. We got some room because I put these things 2 and 3 pallets high. But this is all those lights. Prepped, ready to be loaded on the trailers. That was a long day. We did some other things as well. But pretty much that was a solid like 8 or 9 hours we worked. And we cleaned up a lot. We took a lot of stuff to the dumpster. Still have a ton of scrap out here to go through, but we got a good beat on it. I got the trailer hooked up to the truck because I gotta head an hour and a half north. Sun's setting, it's getting late. I'm gonna stop somewhere, get some dinner, and I'm gonna head up north. Hopefully the lights are still there. He sent me a picture, the lights were there. There was a pile of transformers. I'm gonna wrap this up over here, and we're gonna get on the road. Okay, we made it back up here. Found some nice, I don't know about that one, but these look like really nice LEDs. I'll probably test them and keep them. They're 100 to 277 volt. And we have a pile of lights here, already pretty much dismantled, which I like, and a pile of transformers down there. So I ain't gonna waste no time. I'm gonna get this stuff up on the trailer, and I need to get back to West Palm. All right, it's not the biggest load, but it's a nice load of lights, and we have a nice chunk of 1,000-watt transformers. A lot of them I can already tell are copper, so I'm really stoked about that. This stuff here is mostly broke down, so ain't much work I got to do but pull the plate out of it. These LEDs I'm going to test, probably keep. Maybe one day I'll have a house and we can light it up like the sun. But for now, I'm gonna get back on the road, get to West Palm. It's like 10:30 at night, and I've been up since 6:30 in the morning, and I'm starting to feel it. So hopefully I make it back safe. All right, we made it back here last night, somewhere around, I don't know, midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. It was pretty late. So I didn't get anything done last night. Pretty much just took the trailer home, and then we're back over here. It's kind of late in the evening, but I'm hoping to get this stuff processed real quick, test these LEDs, and hopefully crack some transformers. And then what we're going to do is load this whole trailer down so I can go to Miami in the morning. It's kind of a mess. We got glass everywhere, all over here. Yesterday we cleaned up a lot, but there's still glass everywhere, so I'm gonna have to do a pretty decent cleanup. What I'm gonna do is probably just spread these out on the trailer so I don't have to bend over as much, and process them right here. We have an absolutely packed shop over here. Hopefully we can get a lot of this stuff out of here today. I'm wanting to at least get those done, sort that trailer over there so I can actually start throwing steel back on it, because I got tons of steel laying around here I got to get out of here. These are just empty bins, but we got scraps. This all needs to be processed. This is a lot of high dollar extrusion, and then we have scrap to the ceiling over here, man. A lot of boxes. I'm hoping we can get all these boxes up on the trailer tonight. I have a busy week, so we need to get this stuff out of here and focus on clearing this place out so that I can do it all over again, repack the shop. So I'll hit the time lapse here for a second. I know I've been doing a lot of time lapse in this video. There's a lot of repetitive stuff. As soon as I get them spread out, I'll probably do a head cam and show you exactly what I've been doing, what it takes to get these lights apart. It's relatively easy, and I'm kind of thankful that, well, on this load here, I got all the transformers with them. They took these apart like 80%. Like I actually smashed most of the glass last night on site just so they can stack. So we'll just have to clean the glass, and we'll weigh everything so I know. Let's see if we can get $2,000 tonight. I think we're probably, with all the aluminum I have ready to go, we're probably halfway there. We're probably going to have $1,000 in those boxes, maybe more, but we'll get them on the scale. I did just get a new scale, another 2x2 2,000-pound capacity scale. Now this one is has a battery operated thing, so I can take it with me and not need to plug it in like this scale. Now I did have one that I bought years ago. This is battery operated. This one that one has internal batteries. This one has you put batteries in it, and the scale's right here. It's been just sitting here because I messed up the cord one day. I got it pinched and then it stopped working. I could never get it to work again. So I don't know if there was a fuse I blew or whatever, but I did buy a new one. That scale was not cheap. I think it was either 270 or 370 bucks. It was a couple $100, but now I have a portable digital scale. And I'm gonna see about getting the other one fixed. I can leave this one in my truck. We can have a small digital that we can keep back here in the shop. And then I'm gonna get another smaller digital scale for high accuracy, because you know I always use the which I just broke my cord after it was hanging up here for years. And I'm surprised this carabiner took the brunt of that. I drove into this. This was kind of dangling. I drove into it with this pallet. But I'm always like, this is what I use for weighing stuff that's below a pound. And it's not always easy, so I got to get a nice floor scale. Anyway, I'm gonna get that stuff set up, get a couple of them knocked out, and then we'll come back on a head cam. Okay, we're gonna do some head cam action. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm doing here. It's really simple. They pretty much did most of the hard work. And also I'd like to show the new GoPros have a really awesome feature that the old ones didn't. Before you could preview like this, but when you hit record, it would just say, you know, can't view while videoing or whatever. It would go blank, right? Or say camera in use. Now, it actually shows what you're seeing in real time while you're filming. So if something happens, you know, you can actually see what's going on, which is really good because you can periodically check it and see if your camera moved or if you're having issues or whatnot. Anyway, let's get to the live action here. So first thing I'm going to do is come through here and take this off, because it's very difficult to access that screw up in there with this, and it is kind of a little bit of excessive steel. Whoop. One thing I like to do that I've mentioned in older videos when taking stuff apart, I always try to maintain less than 5 seconds to get to the next screw, especially when you got a lot of stuff to do. And also, when you're taking a lot of screws out, if you put side pressure on the drill, like not just push down, but hold the drill sideways, you'll flick the thing right off, and you don't have to sit there, because I run a lot of magnetic stuff. Then you don't have to, you know, get it off, and that works good for screws as well. I'll show you here on this next one. Oh well, wait, we gotta do this first. Take this out, and I do the same thing. I always keep that side pressure. I either push it to the side or I'm pulling it down in like that. My battery's dying. See if we can get through this. Oh yeah, battery's definitely dying. This just pops right out. That pops out. These I just been stacking like in the middle here. Steel, got a little wire. Most of them have the socket in it, so I've been throwing them in here. We'll deal with them later. I'm literally acquiring tons and tons of them. Usually when a scrapper stops by, he asking if I got scrap. I get scrappers come by here all the time, and like they just breaking their neck looking over here, because just the sheer amount of scrap that's here, it's like, it's a lot. Now I don't leave anything out here at night that's really worth anything. Like I leave steel. I don't care about the steel, you know, or sometimes I'll leave a bunch of lights out here, but I'll kind of box it in with my trailers, and I leave the floodlights on. And a lot of times, man, I'll be here late. I'll be here all hours. So if you come by here and it looks like ain't nobody's here, most likely I'm inside editing videos, and I got cameras. I see everything going on out here, you know. And then my camera's got motion activated. It alerts me to my phone. I live right around the corner here. You know, I could be here faster than you can get out, grab something and get in your truck and get out of this complex. I'll head your ass off. So it's not a good idea to come around here and try to steal something. Now, for this, we're just gonna pop these. Whoop. My boy down there, he got that damn Hellcat. He's always tearing up the streets with that thing. That's where I got that Hellcat parts the other day. He bought, I think he bought it at an auction. It was kind of wrecked, as they usually are. And then he just tears up the road with it. But this is pretty much it, man. Now, when I was on site, I probably should have done it to all of them. I smashed most of the glass. Now this glass, and this is what I'm talking about, holding side pressure. Now, even though this is a deep socket, you don't want to push down and let that screw run up in the socket. It's like a very delicate fine line. And what I do, I push it to the side, I pull the trigger, and I'm picking the drill up. I'm kind of feeling it come up and flick it off to the side like that. You don't want that thing getting deep down in there, especially the screws that are here that have that built-in lock washer type thing, because if you push that down in there, like, it'll stay there and fall out. But if you push and let it drive up in there, man, now you're gonna be beating that thing out, or the next one will drive it in even further. So I just, oh, these, look at that. Oh, there's some more here. I've been trying to save these. I got a big old pile. I'm putting them in my pocket. I'm like a washer, a hardware hoarder. One day I'll get to my multiple buckets. I'll take them. If they're easy and quick to get to, I grab them. I probably got, no lie, thousands of dollars of hardware that I pretty much all got from scrapping, and or not just taking stuff apart and recovering this stuff, but like the other day there was military grade bolts, you know, stuff like that I showed on the live stream. I've gotten stuff like that many times. One time, how I filled out most of the stuff that's in my nut and bolt bin, dude that used to work for me had a friend that worked for Penske, and he was like the mechanic there, and they had boxes, like they weren't even, the stuff wasn't even taken out of the boxes, but they were throwing it away. Boxes of nice grade 8 bolts, and I paid scrap price for it. I think it was 700 pounds, if I remember correctly. Just stacks. I literally bought 2 big stacks, 700 pounds of bolts. And I used the crap out of them, man, for years. I was already in there. So, I got one glass here. Okay. Now this is where it gets kind of tough. This particular one with this rim, but the thing is, that rim is it's all aluminum, so it can stay. And that's pretty much it, man. Now, unfortunately, these are see that? We still got a good, these now I've been taking them over here. Now I feel bad for all the people in the comments. Like, even I had a guy the other day comment that he went to his yard and asked about the percentage, and they were like, no, it's got to be clean 100%. I'm telling you, man, that's bull crap, dude. Like, unless I don't know what they be doing with it, but from what I understand, when they melt down this stuff, they have to add a certain percentage of iron to it. That's why they allow a certain percentage of iron in it when they buy it, you know? Now, you know me, I'd be pushing the limits of what's acceptable, but we're just gonna take this glass. Okay. Now, this stuff really, I've done thousands of these lights. This style and many, I mean, literally probably every style of light there is in the past. I gotta say, when did I start doing a light? Probably about 5 years into my scrapping transformers, I started getting the lights. But they came in slow. I gotta get some gloves. These things are like full of bird crap. It's the only thing I don't like about these lights is they're just full of bird crap. Oh, and unfortunately, these are 277, 480. These are 100 to 277. But then I was looking at these numbers here, right? 1.3 volts, right? And it says 1.3 volts. So what I'm thinking is, these are set up, I'm gonna open up and look. I think the output of the driver is gonna be the same. So these, the LEDs themselves are gonna take a certain amount of voltage and milliamps, right? The input is what's different. The drivers are set up, so they order a driver. It's the same exact fixture, same light output, but this driver is set up to input 100 to 277. This one is 277 to 480. So, you know, 110 won't work. I don't think 220, I don't think you can wire it 220 because I don't know how that works. But what I'm thinking is, if like this one is bad, obviously, like that's obviously not, looks like it's got water intrusion, the driver might be good. So if we can pull that 100 to 277 volt driver out and replace the 480 driver, the LEDs don't care about the input voltage, they just care about the output. So I'll check and see if the outputs are the same. I might be able to recover, you know, some lights here, at least keep the housings. I'm gonna see how bright these are. I kind of like these. These are kind of slim, and they were free, you know. So if I can recover some, you know, and I could probably get drivers for them. As long as the output is the same, I'll clean them up and put them on the shelf, because I'm hoping, if things go right, this is going to be my last year in this shop. I don't think I can take another $500 a month. If I stay here another year, I'll be paying $6,000 a month, which is almost twice as much as what I originally paid to get in here. And that's just unacceptable and ridiculous. I mean, these people are just crooks. These are probably some bright lights over here too. Check that out. I'm probably gonna time lapse this next part. We already got 128 pounds. These are 16 pounds a piece. The ones with there's like one or two that don't have the little bulge on the back. It's very annoying. The whole reason I smashed the glass on site was because of that bulge. But these are about 16 pounds a piece. This is definitely gonna pay for the fuel. What I have going, it took me an hour and a half to get there. I was there for about an hour, and an hour and a half back, and probably burned, I probably burned 2/3 of a tank. I think I got enough fuel to make it to Miami without filling up, but I will put fuel in the truck before I head out, because I think I'm right around 230. It's 80 miles to Miami. My fuel gauge does not work. I get about, and I think my truck must not be running right, because I only get about 350 miles out of a tank, but I am pulling a trailer, so that might have something to do with it. And you know, a trip to Miami and back is 160 miles, and I go down there all the time. So I'm actually, I talked to a company about a centrifuge so I can start making oil. It's going to be my next big purchase for the shop. Let's see if we can get this up above 200. That'll be $180. That'll pay for my fuel and my time. 192. Yeah, so we'll make our money, our fuel money. And this was, I mean, it was in the evening. It did kind of suck that I had to leave, and I put in an 18-hour day, but me and Oliver did a crap load of work earlier that day. $250. Okay, that we're well into some profit, paying for my dinner I bought on my way up there and all the diesel fuel I burned. Plus, the good thing about this is I got all the domes and I got all the transformers, and they left me a little bit of wire. Huh, maybe they were trying to make up for stealing all the stuff from that other job. So I'm going to turn on some lights. I'm going to hit the time lapse, get this stuff weighed up. We're going to keep track of everything. I just need to get this off, sweep this trailer down. I can start loading up all that, all the boxes, man. We're going to have a solid, probably, I'm going to say at least 3 layers. Yeah, I'm gonna say we're gonna have 3 layers minimum, 3 layers high of boxes. Now I know, you know, it's all empty space basically, which sucks, but it's pretty much all I got really ready to go to Miami. I want to get the transformers out of the truck, get them on the table, get them broke down tonight. You know, I like to bring a little bit of copper, so tomorrow we should have all the sheet metal, some extrusions, and a little bit of copper. And then I don't know, after I do the transformers, I might call it a night. There's so much stuff I need to do. I would like to get on them lights because they're just kind of like all over the place, but I don't know, I'm already starting to get tired. It's been a long week, man. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrapyard. Watch it. Look, it's dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? Screwdriver. These screws are literally just and it might be that they're corroded in there. Okay. Let's see if we can wait two of them now.